So today I want to talk about something that I think is so important, and we just always tend to mess it up. And it's simply about our focus. What we focus on expands, okay? But let's look at it in a little more logistical way. Imagine that, like my feather arms, imagine that this is a continuum. This is a continuum of emotions. And this elbow right here is joyful, happy, excited, enthusiastic, grateful. I mean, this is just the beautiful. And this elbow here on our continuum, this elbow here is desperate, fearful, terrified, depressed, blah, things you don't want to feel. So this continuum is the same continuum. People will think I'm in, and of course, hopefully you're not at the bottom of the emotional barrel. But maybe you're just like not motivated. Maybe you just are like, God, work is so hard and why don't I have any clients? So you're closer to this side. But over here, this is your dream business. This elbow here, this is your dream business. You have everything you want. And even if you don't have it this very minute, you're going towards it. You see it. It's right there. And you're not slowing down. You're not slowing down and waiting for someone to say, give you permission. That's your dream. And when you're in connection with your higher self and your dream, and you know what you're going for, and you keep moving. That's a problem a lot of agents make, a lot of people in general, is we stop moving. Don't stop moving. Keep moving towards what you want. You go where you're looking at. A long time ago, my husband and I, we first got a trailer. We were driving up to the mountains, and you know those curvy roads? And they were doing road work, so they had that white center divide up, and it's like, I don't know how high it is. And my husband told me, his brother, who's been hauling a trailer a lot longer, told him that you never look at it. And I'm like, why? And he said, because then you run into it. And I'm like, well, that's just the dumbest thing I ever heard. But then I heard someone else use an analogy about race car drivers. And when they're going around the thing, the last thing they do is look at the wall, because energy goes where attention flows. So it makes perfect sense. And what do we do in our business? What do we do in our business? We sit here and we look at what we don't want, and we join Facebook groups about what we don't want, and we complain about what we don't want, and we worry about what we don't want, and we cry about it, and we fret about it, and we read books to fix it, and we go to therapy to fix it. We go to energy healers to fix it. We get coaches to fix it because we want to fix it. But guess what? We're giving it our attention. And the more attention we give it, the bigger it gets. And then we look at ourselves in the mirror. We're like, what the heck is wrong with me? Why do I have this big problem? Because you're helping to create it, and you're perpetuating it. You're just continually feeding it and feeding it and feeding it until it's this big monstrosity. I don't mean to get dramatic, but I'm getting dramatic on purpose, because let's look at the other side of the scale. Over here, here's a dream. Here's something that you want. It's an end result. It's an ideal outcome that you can almost taste it. It's so exciting. It's so delicious. You want it so badly. Maybe it's something you've always wanted to do with your life. Maybe it's just that the reason you want a lot of money is so you can travel and go to exotic places, or send your kids to school, or buy a new house, or open a rescue center for Labradors. Whatever it is, it's exciting. You love it. So you're moving towards it. And as you move closer to it, it gets bigger and bigger. And you get more and more excited. And it raises your frequency, and you're feeling good. And when you're feeling good and your frequency's high, you want to take more action. Now, this is getting bigger. This is getting smaller. This is all about focus. And one of the things that I have learned that it took me quite a while to digest and assimilate it, and that is the fact that tension is a good thing when it comes from our higher self, our super conscious. And I'm going to explain what I mean by this, because it's kind of a not complicated, but it's kind of deep. You have to really listen. I had to like read about it and hear it like 10 times before I really got it. And this comes from the work of Robert Fritz, who wrote the book, The Path of Least Resistance, and then some of the work by William Whitecloud, who also was influenced by Robert Fritz. So I didn't make this up. That's why it took me a long time to get, because I wasn't grasping it, but I get it now. This is so important. When we're standing here pointing in the direction of what we want, the thing that we're excited about, and our frequency is high, we're in what's called creative mode. Like, we are ready to make that happen and bring that into our life, right? Whether you want to use the term manifestation or reality creation, or just like, I want my goals, I want my intentions. You're excited, you're at a high frequency. And when you are in that high frequency, you are connected in a sense to the quantum field, but for sure to your superconscious mind. If you don't want to get all, quantum fieldy on me, that's okay. We can just call it your superconscious mind. We know the superconscious mind of a human being is genius. It is more powerful than all the computers on the entire planet put together, guaranteed. That's a fact. So you have access to all of this information. I'm just guessing it doesn't all belong inside your head, because you get awful crowded in there, right? But you have some sort of connectivity with something bigger than yourself that cares absolutely about you. You can call it your connection to God if you want. I don't care what you call it. The point is that when you are in this happy, enthusiastic, grateful, generous, compassionate mood, that voice, that feeling, that direction, that guidance, it comes through to you, and it gives you new ideas. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes they do. It doesn't matter. You're not slowing down, and you're moving towards it, and you're moving towards it. That's a good tension, because now you can say, here I am, and here's what I want. It's still this far away. That's okay, because yesterday it was this far away. Last week it was that far away. But at least I'm in the right direction. And with that attitude of gratitude, you're going to still get ideas, and you're thinking while you're driving. You're thinking while you're going, right? You're thinking on the way, and it's coming to you, and you're like, oh yeah, I should call that person. So you're moving towards it. That's a tension when you realize, this is where I am now. This is where I want to be. It's a good tension. It's a motivating tension. It's the tension that David Goggin, the guy who said, can't hurt me, the amazing Navy SEAL who wrote the book, Can't Hurt Me, and the other guy, I forget his name, who wrote the book, Living with a SEAL, who stayed with him to see. You want to read David Goggin, and you want to tell me that you don't want to get up and go to the gym in the morning? Boo-hoo. Like, this guy, wow. What he did as a Navy SEAL is mind-boggling. Anyway, what he said is, people have let's say you want to work out, and you're like, here's where I am. Oh, it's so far to go. I'm not going to go. They're just not going to do it. But people who want that end goal really badly, I mean, they want it. The tension between where it is, it's a pressure, it's good. In other words, every athlete, every rock star, everyone that's done amazing things, they use that tension between where they are currently and where they want to be. They use that tension to propel them forward. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, here's where I used to get confused. If we're focused over here on what's not working and what's wrong, it's going to make us feel a certain kind of way. And the kind of way it's going to make us feel are emotions that are negative. And those negative emotions are coming from our limiting unconscious beliefs. Our unconscious brain thinks it's helping us by making us feel bad about something. It thinks it's giving us a heads up, like, oh, this is bad, based on something that probably happened to you or something that you witnessed 30, 40, 50 years ago. Your brain is in place, your nervous system is in place to keep you safe. And so anything that's different or scary, or, like standing up in front of a group of people and talking, your brain's going to go, nope, 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 don't do it, don't do it. And it's going to tell you that by way of filling your body, flooding your body with stress hormones. And you, not now because you're watching this video, but you otherwise would say, oh, this does not feel good, I'm not doing it. Instead of saying, oh, this is my unconscious ego mind telling me that this is not safe. Got it. I'm focused on the wrong thing. Then you turn around and you tap back into that higher part of you with that beautiful end result. And you're like, okay, now the guidance you're going to get even if you feel a little bit of fear, you're going to be like, not today, Satan, get behind me. I'm going this way. And then you tap into that, and then you get back on that path. And what I see, especially in real estate, most agents who are not having the level of success that they want to have is that they're overly focused on what they don't want. They're reacting to what they don't want. They're insisting on staying in the low frequency of complaining and being resentful and blaming. And they're always going to be there. They're always going to be there because that tension is driving them deeper, or at least it's driving them to stay where they are. So the choice is yours. Which one do you choose? Are you going to find an end result and an ideal outcome that you are so excited about that you can't wait to get up in the morning? Because you were put on this planet to have that, to be creative, to work on something that you love. And whether you're in real estate or not, I hope that this message helps you, because, you know, it's so, so important that we're all doing our part to live our highest, best life, because we change the energy of the entire planet just by being the best version of ourselves. And that's what I hope you get. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.